It was a moonless night when Emma decided to take a shortcut through the old forest. The locals warned her about the eerie woods, but Emma never believed in ghost stories. She was a city girl, confident that all tales were born from overactive imaginations and fear of the unknown. As she ventured deeper, the dense canopy above swallowed the remaining fragments of light. The trees seemed ancient, gnarled with limbs that twisted upwards like hands yearning for release. The wind picked up, carrying with it a soft whisper that seemed to echo her name. Emma brushed it off as her mind playing tricks. She increased her pace, the crunch of dry leaves beneath her feet the only sound grounding her in reality. Suddenly, Emma tripped and fell, her hands scraping on rough bark and moss. She looked up to find an old, rotting log jutting out from the underbrush. As she stood, she noticed carvings on the log, symbols she couldn't recognize but felt oddly familiar. Feeling a chill run down her spine, she glanced around, realizing how utterly silent the forest had become. No wind, no rustling of leaves, not even the chirping of night insects. She was alone in this unnatural stillness. Panic began to creep in. Emma fumbled for her phone, desperate to use its light. As she turned it on, the screen flickered and went dead. In frustration, she slammed it against her thigh, but nothing happened. A low, guttural growl sounded behind her. She spun around, her eyes wide with terror. The trees seemed to close in, their branches stretching towards her like skeletal fingers. Out of the darkness, a shadowy figure emerged, eyes glowing a sickly yellow. Emma stumbled back, trying to scream, but finding no voice. The figure moved closer, its form barely human, more a mass of writhing shadows. It spoke in a voice that sounded like countless whispers merged into one. "We have been waiting for you, Emma." Her knees buckled, heart pounding. "Why me?" she managed to stammer. The figure extended a shadowy hand, pointing towards the carvings on the log. "You bear the mark. Your family owed us a debt, and you are the payment." Emma's mind raced, trying to recall any family secrets, any history that might explain this nightmare. Her grandparents were immigrants who never spoke of the old country. Could it be true? The creature moved closer, enveloping her in darkness. Just as she felt herself slipping away, everything stopped. She was back on her feet, standing alone in the forest. Had she imagined it? Her phone buzzed to life in her hand, startling her. She looked down to see a text message. "Payment accepted. Welcome home." Emma's heart sank as she felt a tingling sensation spread through her body.